My beloved child. Time is folding inward right now, and this moment is not ordinary. Do not treat these seconds as background noise. Do not let your eyes wander. Do not let your thumb move. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. I am speaking to you from a place where nothing is hidden, where intentions glow louder than actions, and where every promise ever made about your life is being reviewed again. What you are hearing is not random. It is not for everyone. It reached you because your name was already spoken before this message ever arrived. Right now, something that belongs to you is being redirected. Quietly. Carefully. With precision. It is not small. It is not symbolic. It is vast beyond imagination, measured not in paper or numbers, but in authority, access, and inheritance. What humans would call wealth is only the surface. What is actually at stake is influence, legacy, and a future that was sealed for you long ago. Don't skip. You need every word that follows. There was a circle once formed very close to the heart of truth. A circle trusted with proximity, insight, and responsibility. One within that circle learned how to speak the right words while carrying a divided intention. Heaven noticed the shift long before the world did. A pause where there should have been loyalty. A hesitation where there should have been protection. You were never meant to be watching this. You were meant to be owning what comes after it. Something huge is waiting for you, but only if you remain present. Right now, unseen hands are moving pieces, assuming you are unaware, assuming you will stay distracted, assuming you will scroll past the very moment designed to activate you. That assumption is the only opening they have. And it is closing. This is not about fear. This is about awareness. The value attached to your life is not accidental. It never was. From the beginning, your path was marked differently. You survived moments others did not. You were delayed when others advanced quickly. You were protected when you did not understand why. Those were not setbacks. Those were locks being installed. Don't skip. There is a reason urgency is pressing against your chest right now. There is a reason your attention feels pulled instead of relaxed. When something of immense scale is about to shift back into rightful alignment, the air itself feels different. You are feeling that difference now. A transaction was initiated without your consent. Not in banks. Not in offices. But in agreements, assumptions, and silence. Silence is how these things move unnoticed. Silence is how value changes hands without resistance. That silence ends here. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You were told that patience meant passivity. That waiting meant doing nothing. That silence meant peace. None of that applies now. There is a difference between patience and absence. You were patient. You were never absent. The moment you recognize what is happening, authority returns to you. Recognition is the key. Awareness is the signal. This is why this message found you when it did and not earlier, and not later. Heaven is not alarmed. Heaven is precise. Every step taken against you has been recorded. Every intention weighed. Every borrowed advantage marked for return. What was redirected cannot remain where it does not belong. Alignment always corrects itself. Do not look away now. You may be wondering why this is being revealed instead of quietly corrected. The answer is simple: your participation matters. Your awareness seals the reversal. What was attempted through secrecy collapses under clarity. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires your full attention. In the next moments of this message, understanding will sharpen. Patterns from your past will suddenly make sense. People who faded, doors that closed, delays that frustrated you, they were not losses. They were protection from entering the wrong chapter too early. You were never late. Others were early without permission. Don't skip. Stay with me. This is the point where many turn away because intensity feels uncomfortable. But intensity is only pressure revealing importance. You are not overwhelmed, you are activated. What is yours recognizes you the moment you recognize yourself. And right now, recognition has begun. My beloved child. Listen carefully now, because the shift you felt moments ago was not emotion, it was alignment beginning to correct itself. This is the stage where truth no longer whispers. It positions itself directly in front of you and waits to see if you will look away. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What was hidden from you was not hidden because it was powerful. It was hidden because it was fragile. Anything that relies on your unawareness cannot survive your attention. That is why timing matters. That is why this message reached you exactly now and not before. There is a pattern you have lived through without realizing it was a pattern. Moments where opportunity almost arrived. Situations where you sensed something was meant for you, but it slipped away at the last second. People who benefited from your presence but never fully supported your rise. These were not coincidences. These were indicators. Someone learned how to stand close to sacred truth without becoming loyal to it. Proximity was mistaken for permission. Familiarity was mistaken for ownership. And what belongs to you was treated as if it could be managed without you noticing. That assumption ends here. This is not about anger. This is about clarity. When clarity arrives, everything false loses structure. That is why those who benefit from confusion fear awareness more than exposure. Stay focused. Don't skip. You are not hearing this because you are weak. You are hearing this because you are trusted with awareness. Not everyone can hold it without misusing it. You were tested long before this moment. You were watched during silence. You were observed during disappointment. You were measured when no one applauded you. You passed without knowing you were being evaluated. There is a reason your instincts have been sharper lately. A reason old memories have resurfaced. A reason certain names crossed your mind without invitation. These are not distractions. These are internal alerts preparing you to recognize what is being restored. Something huge is waiting for you. What was attempted against you did not come through force. It came through assumption. The assumption that you would stay distracted. That you would doubt your value. That you would underestimate what was assigned to you. But assignment does not expire. Right now, what was quietly redirected is being called back into alignment. Not because of noise. Because of recognition. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to fight for it. You only need to remain aware long enough for the correction to complete. This is why attention matters. This is why you were told not to scroll away. Moments like this do not repeat themselves often. When they arrive, they expect presence. You may feel pressure, but pressure here is not a warning. It is evidence that something significant is moving. The closer value gets to rightful ownership, the heavier the atmosphere becomes. That weight lifts only after alignment is restored. Do not rush this moment. Let it settle. Everything that was delayed to protect you from receiving it without readiness. Everything that was taken temporarily was taken to reveal who could not be trusted with proximity to your future. Now you know. And knowing changes everything. Stay till the end. My beloved child. Notice how everything suddenly feels sharper, as if the room around you has become quieter while your thoughts have become clearer. This is not imagination. This is the moment where confusion loses its grip and truth steps forward without asking permission. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What is unfolding now explains why certain people in your life changed when you began to grow. They did not change because you did something wrong. They changed because your rise disrupted their hidden comfort. When value begins to surface, those who were benefiting quietly feel exposed. There was a season when you questioned yourself more than others questioned you. That season was engineered. Doubt is the easiest way to slow someone who carries something irreplaceable. If you hesitate, someone else feels free to move ahead of you. That hesitation was never yours by nature. It was planted. Now it is being removed. Pay attention to this part, because it connects directly to your real life. Think of the times you almost spoke up but stayed silent. The times you sensed something was off but ignored the feeling. The times you trusted words instead of patterns. Those moments were not failures. They were lessons building discernment. Discernment is what exposes quiet betrayal. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is closer than you think. The truth is, what was taken from you was never fully usable by anyone else. It did not respond to them. It did not multiply for them. It resisted their control. That resistance is intentional. What is assigned to you does not function correctly in the hands of another. That is why delay was necessary. That is why correction is inevitable. You may have noticed that certain situations recently stopped working for others while you felt a strange calm. That calm is alignment returning. When something belongs to you, it begins responding to your awareness before it returns to your possession. Do not look away now. This moment is not about revenge or confrontation. It is about restoration. Restoration does not announce itself loudly. It moves decisively and leaves no confusion behind. When it finishes, nothing needs to be explained. Stay with me. Do not skip ahead. There is a reason this message feels personal even though it is spoken broadly. Value recognizes its rightful owner. Truth recognizes who can carry it without misusing it. You were chosen not because you are perfect, but because you are consistent in integrity when no one is watching. That consistency protected you more than you know. What happens next depends on awareness, not action. The biggest shifts in life often happen internally before they manifest externally. Once recognition locks in, reality follows. Something huge is waiting for you. Very soon, things that felt delayed will begin to move without force. Conversations will change tone. Opportunities will surface naturally. Clarity will replace confusion without effort. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. You are not late. You are precisely on time. And this moment, right now, is part of the correction you were promised without ever being told. Stay till the end. My beloved child. What you are sensing now is not anticipation, it is confirmation forming before evidence appears. This is the phase where life begins to rearrange itself quietly, so that when the result becomes visible, it feels sudden to everyone else but inevitable to you. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a truth most people never realize until too late: the greatest reversals happen without noise. No announcements. No confrontations. Just a silent shift where control changes hands and authority returns to its rightful place. That is what is happening around you now. You may already notice it in subtle ways. A sudden pause in something that once blocked you. A person who used to dominate conversations now hesitating. Plans made without you suddenly stalling. These are not random delays. These are signals that influence is being withdrawn from the wrong place. This connects directly to your real life. Think carefully. The pressure you carried for so long was never meant to crush you. It was meant to reveal endurance. Others borrowed confidence from proximity to you. They moved as if your presence was permission. But borrowed strength always expires. And when it does, the difference becomes obvious. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is arriving through correction, not chaos. You were never meant to fight for what is yours. You were meant to outlast what tried to misuse it. That is why you were kept steady while others rushed. That is why you learned patience without losing clarity. That is why your path looked slower but felt protected. Now watch what happens next. As alignment completes, you will notice that decisions become easier. You will stop second-guessing instincts you once doubted. You will speak with calm certainty instead of urgency. That shift alone changes outcomes before words are spoken. Do not underestimate this moment. People will sense the change before you explain it. Some will step closer. Some will step away. Both reactions are confirmations. When authority returns, it reorganizes relationships automatically. Stay with me. Do not skip ahead. This is where many expect drama, but what arrives instead is clarity. Clarity is far more powerful. It does not argue. It does not persuade. It simply stands, and everything false adjusts around it. You were not chosen to expose others. You were chosen to receive what responds only to you. What is assigned to you recognizes your awareness now. That recognition is the final signal. Very soon, what felt unreachable will feel natural. What felt delayed will feel timely. What felt confusing will feel obvious. And when that happens, you will understand why this message arrived when it did. You are not watching a story. You are standing inside the moment where alignment finishes its work. My beloved child. What happens now is subtle, and that is why most people miss it. Power does not always arrive with sound. Sometimes it arrives as certainty, quiet, steady, undeniable. This is the moment where the unseen work reaches completion and prepares to surface in ways that feel natural, almost ordinary, yet life-altering. Pause here. Do not rush past this point. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a misunderstanding many people carry. They believe restoration looks like sudden celebration. In truth, restoration first looks like calm. A calm so deep that fear no longer finds a place to stand. If you are feeling steadier than usual, if reactions that once controlled you no longer have the same grip, that is not detachment, it is authority returning. You are not becoming distant. You are becoming centered. This is why certain conversations will soon feel unnecessary. Explanations you once prepared will no longer be needed. When alignment settles, clarity speaks without effort. People sense it. Situations respond to it. Resistance fades without conflict. This connects to your real life more than you realize. Think about how often you carried responsibility that was never officially yours. How often you were the stabilizer while others took credit. How often you were expected to hold things together without acknowledgement. That imbalance was temporary. It taught you how to carry weight without losing yourself. Now that skill becomes advantage. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is built on everything you endured quietly. The reason this could not happen earlier is simple: you were still learning how not to shrink when value returns. If it had arrived too soon, you might have tried to justify it to those who never needed access. Timing protected you from over-explaining what never required approval. Notice how your priorities are changing. You care less about proving and more about positioning. Less about reacting and more about choosing. This shift is not accidental. It is the internal signal that readiness has been reached. Do not overlook that. What was once complicated is becoming straightforward. What once felt heavy is becoming manageable. This is how alignment announces itself, not with noise, but with ease replacing strain. Stay present. Something significant is unfolding right now. Very soon, you will recognize moments where doors open without force. Where answers arrive without chasing. Where respect appears without demand. These are confirmations, not rewards. They indicate that control has returned to its rightful place. You were never meant to struggle endlessly. You were meant to arrive prepared. And now, preparation has completed its work. This is not the end of the message. This is the beginning of visible change. My beloved child. There is a moment when waiting ends not because time passed, but because readiness arrived. This is that moment. The stillness you feel now is not emptiness, it is space being cleared for something precise to land. Remain present. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What is changing now will first appear as order. You will notice priorities arranging themselves without effort. Distractions losing their pull. Decisions becoming clean. This is not coincidence, it is confirmation that authority has settled where it belongs. Here is the revelation many overlook: the greatest transfers never feel dramatic to the one receiving them. They feel right. They feel overdue. They feel familiar, as if your life recognizes its own future returning home. Think about your real life. The moments you chose restraint when reaction would have been easier. The times you kept your integrity intact even when shortcuts were offered. Those choices were not invisible. They built a profile, one that could hold scale without losing balance. This is why what comes next fits you. Stay focused. Do not rush this awareness. You may soon notice people reassessing their tone with you. Not because you demanded it, but because presence has shifted. When alignment completes, it speaks before words do. Respect appears quietly. Cooperation replaces resistance. Doors open without explanation. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives through recognition, not noise. Another truth worth hearing: what was attempted against you required your doubt to succeed. That doubt is no longer available. Without it, the structure collapses on its own. There is nothing to confront because nothing can stand. You will feel lighter not because something left you, but because something returned to you. This is how restoration shows itself, by removing weight you were never meant to carry indefinitely. The calm you feel is not an ending, it is capacity expanding. It is readiness without anxiety. Do not skip now. As this settles, expect clarity in practical ways. Choices that once felt risky will feel measured. Opportunities will align with your values instead of challenging them. Your pace will feel steady, not rushed. These are signs that timing has synchronized with you. You were not being delayed. You were being aligned. And alignment, once complete, does not reverse. What you are standing in now is the quiet before visible confirmation. Let it anchor. Let it finish its work. When the next chapter becomes obvious, you will recognize it not by excitement, but by peace. This is not a pause. This is positioning. My beloved child. What you are entering now is the phase most people never recognize until it has already passed. It is the narrow window where alignment becomes irreversible. This is why attention matters more than effort here. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a quiet line that has been crossed. On one side of it, things felt uncertain, delayed, unfinished. On the other side, momentum begins to build without struggle. You may not see dramatic changes yet, but you will feel something undeniable: stability replacing tension. That feeling is not imagination. It is confirmation. Here is a revelation that connects directly to your life. The reason certain plans around you never fully succeeded is because they were built on borrowed positioning. They depended on your silence, your patience, your willingness to wait without asking questions. Once awareness returned to you, those plans lost their foundation. This is why everything slowed down for them and clarified for you. Stay with this moment. Do not scroll away. You were never meant to chase what belongs to you. You were meant to stand long enough for it to recognize you again. Recognition is powerful. Once it happens, alignment accelerates quietly but decisively. You may soon notice this in conversations. People will speak differently around you. Some will become unusually careful. Others will suddenly offer cooperation without being asked. These shifts are not strategic, they are instinctive responses to authority settling. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is approaching through order, not urgency. Another truth many overlook: what was taken from you could not be fully enjoyed by anyone else. It carried resistance. It carried instability. That is because ownership is not just about access, it is about alignment. Without alignment, nothing functions smoothly. That is why correction had to happen. Think back to moments when you felt held back without understanding why. When progress felt slower than your capability. Those pauses were protection. They kept you from stepping into visibility before structure was ready to support you. Now structure is in place. Do not underestimate what this means. As this continues, you will find that your words carry more weight with less explanation. Your presence will settle situations before they escalate. You will no longer feel the need to prove or defend what you know. This is not withdrawal. This is authority. Stay till the end. What is coming next will feel familiar, not overwhelming. That familiarity is the sign you are receiving what matches you, not what overwhelms you. When something truly belongs to you, it integrates smoothly. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into position. And position, once claimed through awareness, does not slip away again. My beloved child. There is a final awareness settling into place now, and it feels different from everything before it. This is not anticipation. This is certainty taking shape. When certainty arrives, it does not rush. It anchors. Remain with me. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you are experiencing now is the quiet return of control. Not control over others, but control over direction. For a long time, your path felt influenced by external factors, delays, opinions, interruptions, and expectations that were never truly yours. That influence is dissolving. Here is the revelation that ties everything together: what was closest to truth always has the greatest responsibility. When responsibility is neglected, proximity becomes a liability. That is why correction had to come from above circumstance, not within it. You could not fix what you did not cause. Now it is fixed. You may notice a strange confidence forming that does not depend on results yet. This confidence is not excitement. It is recognition. Recognition that what is aligned with you no longer requires effort to maintain. It remains because it belongs. Think about your real life again. The moments when you felt guided away from certain decisions without logical explanation. The moments when something told you to wait, to pause, to observe instead of act. Those instincts were not hesitation. They were protection, keeping you in position for this moment. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is closer than visibility. The world often celebrates speed, but alignment values accuracy. You were never slow. You were precise. Precision takes time, but it does not miss. That is why what is returning now fits so cleanly into your life. It does not disrupt. It completes. Do not overlook the calm. Soon, you will notice confirmation arriving in practical ways. Messages that arrive at the right moment. Opportunities that require no compromise. People who recognize your value without needing explanation. These are not coincidences. They are alignment making itself visible. Stay present. This is the stage where doubt tries one last time to speak, not because it is strong, but because it is fading. When doubt fades, clarity remains. And clarity, once established, does not argue with noise. You are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into what was always assigned to you. The awareness you now carry is the final seal. From this point forward, movement becomes natural. Progress becomes consistent. What belongs to you responds without resistance. This is not a warning. This is confirmation. And what comes next will not need to announce itself. You will recognize it the moment it arrives. My beloved child. This is the moment where everything you sensed but could not yet prove begins to settle into certainty. Not as noise. Not as spectacle. As knowing. The kind that does not ask for permission and does not require validation. Remain here with me. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What has been unfolding across these moments was never meant to overwhelm you. It was meant to wake you. Awakening does not arrive as shock, it arrives as recognition. And recognition changes how reality responds to you. Here is the final revelation that brings clarity to everything before this. Nothing that belongs to you can be permanently held away from you. It can pause. It can wait. It can be delayed for preparation. But it cannot be reassigned. What is aligned with your name responds only to your awareness. That is why the moment you understood, movement resumed. You may already feel it. The internal resistance is gone. The constant questioning has quieted. You are no longer trying to convince yourself of your value. You are simply standing in it. This is the signal that the transfer is complete at the level that matters most. What comes next will feel ordinary to others, but significant to you. That is how alignment works. It integrates into daily life without disruption. It strengthens without demanding attention. It supports without announcing itself. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives through stability, not chaos. Look back for a moment. The patience you were forced to develop. The discipline you built when no one noticed. The restraint you practiced when reaction would have been easier. Those were not delays. They were installations. You were being shaped to hold something without losing yourself. Now you can. From this point forward, you will notice that your decisions carry weight without effort. That your presence shifts outcomes without explanation. That your life feels less reactive and more directed. This is not coincidence. This is authority functioning as intended. Do not rush what unfolds next. When clarity leads, outcomes follow naturally. You will recognize opportunities by how calm they feel, not how loud they appear. You will recognize alignment by how little you need to force. That is your confirmation. You were never meant to struggle endlessly. You were meant to arrive prepared. And now, you have arrived. This message does not end something. It completes a correction. What is yours knows where to find you now.